Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's Relationship Drama Friday, where we can just sit back and enjoy the tea. Unless you posted to Reddit recently. Our first post comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit, posted by Captain Galactoid. My girlfriend was sexting her cousin and exchanging nudes during the process of us moving in together. My skin is crawling. Oh my effing god, I'm so disgusted. We've been together for 1.5 years. I'm still processing this. Earlier tonight, I found my girlfriend's Reddit account and decided to browse her post history. She had a post where she admitted to kissing her cousin and feelings sparked. In the post, she also said that she knew it was wrong and felt bad for enjoying it. She said it won't happen again, no sign of remorse in the post. I figured this was good enough evidence to snoop through her messages, as I already had a gut feeling that their relationship was way more intimate just from seeing how they interact with each other and how she talks about him. I had a weird gut feeling, but it was her cousin. Automatic benefit of the doubt. So I snoop, and lo and behold, she's creating nude albums for him, saying how wet he makes her, and him saying he wants to punish her for being so bad. My love this, my love that. I want to throw up. As far as I know, it goes back to August, when her original Reddit post was made. I don't know if they've had sex, and honestly, I don't care to know. Actually, I really don't want to know. She's sleeping right now and doesn't know that I know any of this. My plan for the morning is as follows. Coffee, tell her everything I know. I took pictures of their conversations. Tell her to not come back unless it's with a moving truck. Explicitly telling her I do not want to see her cousin here helping her move. Pack my valuables and leave for work. Is this sound decision making? I'm so effing flabbergasted right now. I could honestly use any advice if I'm missing something before morning comes. Update. Morning is here and reality is hitting. Going to make my coffee and wait for her to get up. As per the move out, I'll be having a close friend by my side just as a witness. This is all insane. I haven't confronted her yet, but I'll post another update once everything is said and done. It seems like we're going to have a conversation where we both agree that she moves out, since I can't technically kick her out as we're both on the rental lease. Thank you all for the advice so far. Update 2. I left for work as I can't take the day off today. I haven't told her yet, but I'll update tomorrow when we're both home on a day off. I'm taking your advice about being present the whole day when the poop hits the fan, so tomorrow will be. Update 3. It's done. She came home, I confronted her with the Reddit post and about the sexting. She actually denied it at first, rather unconvincingly. I couldn't believe it. She asked me how I knew it was her Reddit account and to show it to her. While she pretended to read it, she asked how I linked it with the post that I knew in fact was hers. I told her she doesn't have to play this game. I know she's lying. She laughed and just stood there quietly as I showed her the countless pictures I'd taken of their conversation. She knew she was caught. I asked her if she wanted to tell me about it, and all she said was, "When do you want my things gone?" She knew. God, I'm so angry. Before the confrontation, I felt sad and confused, even remorseful almost, for her situation and how effed up it is, with complex PTSD and everything. But now knowing how complacent she was in it, I feel nothing, just anger. I don't know why she did this, and she doesn't know why either. She sat on the bed, and that's when the tears started. She said she's so sorry from the bottom of her heart, but I felt nothing. I was just looking at her while she was crying, her hand covering her mouth, realizing what she'd done to us. I didn't care, and I didn't want to look at her anymore. She told me how she was going to try and fix it all before I found out, and how she never wanted it to get that far, how she just talked to her cousin about how she was done. She also told me that she was worried I would find her Reddit account through that post. Isn't there a theory that cheaters always want to get caught? I told her it didn't matter now, even if it just would have been a secret. I'm happy I knew this information instead of it being a secret. She asked me who I told, and I told her the few people I have, besides the thousands who have seen this. She asked me what they said about it, and I just summarized what each person said. She told me to not tell her mum, and I guess I'm not going to. Honestly, I don't care anymore. It's her life. I've never had a relationship come to an end because of cheating, and it's honestly one of the most unfulfilling, nastiest, effed up things that someone can do. She asked if she can fix this, and I said no, the foundation is ruined. I asked her if she had sex with him, and she said no, but I don't care, I'm gonna get a full STD panel done anyway. I told her to get a 1-bedroom apartment because her home is unhealthy, especially with her cousin there. And that she needs some serious work before she ever decides to date someone again. That was my only parting advice. She told me she was going to tell her family with her cousin, and honestly, I don't give an F what she does from now on. She said she'll get a moving truck sometime this week and tell me when she's coming. I told her I don't want to see her cousin here helping, and she agreed. She packed some things for the week and left. All in all, it went fine. I don't know what I've learned from all this and our time together, but I'm numb. Just numb. The end was so utterly unfulfilling and just effing shattering. Don't cheat. Our next story comes from the relationship advice subreddit, posted by a throwaway account. My husband uses the same mop water for weeks and refuses to stop. My husband only has a few household tasks. One of the ones he took on is mopping the floor. He has a bucket full of water, maybe 3 gallons that he'll use to mop. He puts 2 or 3 cups of pine sol in the bucket, then fills it up. Once he's finished mopping, he'll put the mop back inside the bucket and put the bucket on the porch. He uses the water until I throw it away. The water is often black when I throw it out. He will use the same water to clean up messes. If the dog pees on the floor, he mops it up and then puts the bucket of water back on the porch. This is a major source of contention between us because I think it's incredibly gross. We've gotten into screaming arguments when he's caught me throwing out his mop water. He says the water's fine because pine sol sterilizes it, and that he's worked as a janitor before, and he's insulted that I think he doesn't know how to clean a floor. I cleaned a whole school for years, and you don't think I know how to clean a regular floor? I have offered to do it myself, but he sees it as an insult to his abilities. Today, I stepped into the kitchen and noticed the entire floor felt grimy and sticky. He was sitting at the table and told me the dog peed, so I thought I'd just do the whole floor. I asked him if he bothered to change out the black water he's been using. He said no. This started a fight, of course. I told him that he made the floors filthy and that I, being 3 months pregnant, didn't want to expose myself to whatever diseases were growing in that water, and that I'd be doing all the mopping from now on. He told me he might as well not be in the house because clearly I don't respect any of his choices. He got his keys, got in the car, and drove off. He was gone for hours, and he came back and isn't talking to me. I feel like I'm going crazy. Is the pine sol actually sufficient? Am I making something huge out of nothing? How am I supposed to fix this when I feel like I've tried to and it hasn't worked? Too long didn't read. My husband uses dirty mop water for weeks. He won't use different water or throw it out, and gets offended when I tell him I'll do it. I don't know what to do. Down in the comments, Lol Wally says, there's been some pretty gross things that husbands and boyfriends do that have been posted here, but this one actually made me effing gag. When I got to the dog piss part, oh, this is so disgusting. Adventurous Ad 6546 says, I'm already looking ahead to about a year from now and imagining a baby crawling all over it. Ugh. Posted by a throwaway account. My 32 male boyfriend accused me, 24 female, of being a gold digger. He has no gold. I live with my boyfriend and we are dirt poor. We live in a box flat with a bathroom so small, I can take a poop, wash my hands, and have a shower all at the same time. I work 2 jobs to keep us afloat. I'm a bartender at a strip club at night and a hairdresser by day. Here's an Uber delivery driver that works flexible hours, but I'd say he only works 3 hours and spends the rest of his time investing in crypto. I don't mind being the breadwinner, but that's what I am. I'm the breadwinner, hands down. Anytime I ask him to pick up more shifts, he says he will, but never does. It's caused quite a few arguments recently. Our landlord has increased our rent, and I've asked for his financial help for our flat. But he says he puts his money into investments that the government can't touch, and by that he means his crypto scheme. I eventually put my foot down and told him we don't have money for investments. We need housing, gas, electricity, water and food. He told me all I talk about is taking his assets and that I'm a gold digger. I was so taken aback, I had to ask our roommates, Master Splinter and Teenage Ninja Roaches, if I'd heard that right. I told him I work in a strip club. If I wanted to be a gold digger, I wouldn't be stood in a shoebox with him, huddling around a Yankee candle for warmth. That I wouldn't be spending my evenings trying to figure out how to make dinner with a pack of Kool-Aid, a tumbleweed, and a single kidney bean that I found in our cupboards. I told him that the other men I see in the club make it rain every day, while he can't even scrape together enough sense to make it hail. He asked if I could go somewhere else because he needed space, but we live in a one-bedroom apartment. Where am I supposed to go? The kitchen sink? The more I think about it, the more angry it makes me. Even the local meth addict that sleeps on my apartment complex patio agrees that he's delusional. It's a dark day when you have a more reasonable conversation with a meth addict than you do with your own partner. Okay, I've got to ask, why are you with this guy? What does he bring to the table? Certainly not gold. Who wants to bet that if his crypto really did take off, she wouldn't see any of it? And our last post comes from MaliciousCompliance subreddit. Posted by Hate This Tradition. I refuse to cook and chilled with the men. I dislike cooking. Don't get me wrong, I cook for survival, but it's not something I like or enjoy. At my in-laws, both my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law are stay-at-home partners and love to cook. Neither of their husbands lift a finger to help, and they like it that way. Before marriage, I was treated as a guest, but since my marriage 6 months ago, they expect, want, and demand that I cook with them. The first few times I went along with it, but I hated it. It took 5 to 7 hours to make the food and do the dishes. So when they planned a get-together for last weekend and discussed the menu, I suggested ordering in. This way, everyone can be more relaxed. They looked at me like I'd insulted them. I told them that they could cook, but to give me a list of what I should make, and then I'll just buy it. They said that's not how traditions work, and if I hate to cook so much, I can relax with the men. So, that's exactly what I did. Much to their anger. I helped setting the place and serving, but that was it. As we were eating, my husband commented on how good something tasted. Mother-in-law immediately went on about how I wouldn't be cooking anything for him. When he said he can cook for himself, sister-in-law chimed in with how her husband and dad never cooked a day in their life, how marrying a lazy woman like me has ruined his manhood. I looked at my husband and we both left. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law are blasting our phones over my arrogance and calling him spineless. Even my mum is taking their side now. But guess who doesn't care? Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.